Welcome back to Backstage Pass Rock News. In the world of rock today, Ian Gillan says that a Deep Purple reunion with Ritchie Blackmore would be utterly disrespectful to the current lineup of the band. Blackmore, who is a co-founder of Deep Purple and wrote many of their most memorable guitar riffs, including Smoke on the Water. Blackmore has not played with the group since 1993. Steve Morse effectively took over from Blackmore in 1994 and was in the group for 28 years, which was longer than Ritchie, before being officially replaced by Simon McBride in July. Gillan addressed the possibility of a Blackmore return. In a new interview with Spain's RockFM, the 77-year-old singer said,
No.
You understand me.
I understand that one. Look, Deep Purple is a family that's been together before I joined in '68. It was Ritchie Blackmore, John Lord, Ian Pace, Nick Simper, and Rod Evans. Roger Glover and I joined in '69. And in the intervening periods, there's been David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes and a couple of other guys. And then when we grew up, when we settled down and the human chemistry was okay, we were getting on fine. We had the reunion with Perfect Strangers, but everything was slightly different. Ritchie was different, you know. I think we all were. Ritchie used to be my roommate in Deep Purple. We used to party together. And I have a lot of, I don't like to think of the negatives. I just have lots of fantastic memories of Ritchie as a great guitar player, a wicked sense of humor, and I mean wicked, and a professional, you know, a real good guy in that sense. But something changed on Ritchie when we got back together, and we'd all changed, and the human chemistry wasn't quite the same, so it became difficult. And in the end, there was this antagonism. I got fired from the band because I wanted to do more touring, and Ritchie wanted to do less touring. And we had a meeting one day, and I said, well, you know, why don't we go to South America? Why don't we go to Russia? Why don't we go to there, all over the world? You know, we're a live band. And the next day, Ritchie went to the management and said, well, it's him or me. So they chose him, and that was fine. And then they made a record with another singer, I can't remember his name. And the record label said, you know, either you get Ian back in the band or we're tearing up the contract. So I went back in Deep Purple and Ritchie went crazy. He didn't like it. So eventually he walked out. So in normal terms, in a family or something like that, because we are a family, you'd think it was like a divorce, something like that. He walked out, he's gone. But he wanted to keep control of the band after having walked out. And he's been a pain in the ass ever since. But we are getting on much better these days, and I think his manager's got a lot to do with it, the problem that exists. So it's one of those things that you cope with, and I think the idea of the call for a grand reunion or something like that, it would be utterly disrespectful to the living, breathing Deep Purple. It would be awful. The atmosphere would be terrible. It would be artificial. It would be only for money, nothing else. Because there's no love there. There's no affinity. There's no, what would we play? The old 25% of the essence of Deep Purple is improvisation. And we've got a musician now that is absolutely unbelievable. And I don't know how much Ritchie's been practicing or anything like that. So I could go on for a long time, but the simple answer is no. It's the ex-wife. We do not want to get back together again.